not very successful when a team tries to force a strategy that has already lost. We're going with the Jawhead Kimmy again, which wasn't too successful. Midnight did say that it was the most underwhelming performance he's seen from a Jawhead in a while.
Yeah, and let's also consider that this is Scheider's Esmeralda. So it might be a complete change-up because the way that Scheider plays Esmeralda during the qualifiers was superb. Always looking for team fights and always looking for those sure, chaotic, you can burst out anybody.
And Esmeralda has fallen off quite a bit when it comes to relevance, but in the right scenarios, that hero can still shine. So let's see if BSB can force this game number 3.
I mean, they have it in them. I mean, they do have Esses that can provide a lot of sustain when it comes to prolonged team fights, and that's where Esmeralda shines. Esmeralda always looks for the prolonged team fights. She wants to make sure that she builds up a lot of armor in order for her to last long in team fights, and that's what Esses is there for, to make sure that she's gonna get sustained. I mean, yeah, Jawhead Kimmy also a huge factor into this. If it's gonna be a prolonged team fight, and if Jawhead can just protect Kimmy as much as he can, as well as SS, I feel like Kimmy can deal a significant amount of damage the same way that Esmeralda can.
Supposedly, if that does happen, then BSB has a winning chance here. Well, they do have a winning chance, whatever you look at it. I just want. Do you remember when Esmeralda used to have like full life bar shields?
Yeah, it's not green
That
anymore.
feels so long ago now.
It's pure gray. That was nightmare inducing.
That was first pick material Esmeralda. That was about a couple seasons ago.
A couple of seasons.
A
Yeah.
couple of seasons. Shider Cutie on point. They're going for the Esmeralda right here, right now. Raflesia will just poke him away. Will secure that buff for themselves. At least Kilowash. Still not gonna be a killable target this early on.
Yeah, and Capo's just chasing him. Get off me,
It's
Ka!
just asserting dominance right now. That's what they're doing. There's no real kill threat among them right now, but if they're scared into going into a particular area, then you get in their heads. Top lane,
Oh,
Wilson.
Oh,
Wilson,
man.
nice knockout with the Jig Kondo. Will be enough to deter the offense of SUNSPARK over here. Kitty also in a very good spot. Could have been flanked by Greed there if he wasn't there. So nice little play for BSB to keep the kills at 0.
And they are going to keep it that way. They're not going to be giving away any kills because SunSparks has been playing this game so far with as soon as we get a kill, let's convert objectives and then start making the small ball bigger and bigger. That's how SunSparks is playing. Speaking of getting a kill.
One, where's the ejector backwards? Not gonna find it. That was odd, but they're gonna spot out JP here, and JP is just gonna get away.
They know where he is.
They know where he is. Top lane has already been pushed out here. Wilson in kind of a trouble
Oh,
here.
yeah,
Not just in kind of
You're
trouble.
dead.
Ooh, yes. First blood will go in the hands of the Valier, keeping up this early on for Greed.
Yeah, the Valier passive just really painful because as long as you have like the flames
stacks,
completed,
the 3 stacks
you're
on
gonna
the passive.
you're gonna die regardless.
Yeah.
Like they can do a little Kobe, fade away, walk back.
Yeah, you don't look back at the
Splash.
explosion.
Oh, nice check by
No,
Cap
Cap
one.
one.
Oh, the middle blast.
Wow, just deleted Trevor. Following suit as well, Jiraxu trying to make something happen, not going to be able to, unfortunately. Greed still lingering in the area. Wave of the Dragon into the turret. It's going to be nice. They're going to find Greed, but he's still surviving through it all. He got through his spells as well.
Oh,
JP will find the return kill here.
A bit greedy there. Magic survived though.
A bit greedy, but it is in his namesake, so not surprising as well.
I mean, it was a trade, and that converts into a turret as well. And that may potentially be a...
This is going to be the second turret for SunSparks against a lineup which has a Kimmy. You know, when you have a Kimmy, you want to be going for these turrets early, but unfortunately not going to happen. But that was a good Tempest of Blades from JP, and Greed did overstay his welcome here.
Yeah, he did. Got waved the dragon there. Shider Cutie,
I think
just... I mean, JP, sorry. JP was trying to push his luck. He tried to go for Cho there. Then he knows for a fact that as long as Kimmy's still there, he can't jump in. And he already used his Tempest Blade, so there's no way that he can evade all those damage.
He can't disengage properly without it. And yeah, and Shider Cutie unfortunately they didn't kill off Greed as fast as they wanted. in that last fight from the way of the dragon because he still got to throw some spells down. And because of that, Shider QT still fell, which was a bit unfortunate for BSB, I have to say. But it is what it is.
It is what it is, and I'm liking the SUNSPARK's composition where they just immediately went for Valor, where Valor is just going to be able to knock anybody back. Not that's withstanding the flame shot.
And
Can
he has a
stun
flame
anybody.
shot.
He has a flame shot. He also has another flame shot, and he has a stun, and he can dish out a lot of damage. And his ultimate will cleanse him of any CCs, and all his cooldowns are gonna come right back up, and he can just keep spamming. And that will be when Ling would be diving in, or the other way around.
And it's interesting that Valir has a very high ban rate in our meta right now, and it got through. Valir got through in the first phase, which was pretty surprising, and Valir agreed just showing why he's such a good hero.
And we're still going to be waiting for these teams to get back into the game, and we are going to get back into the game right now.
Get back into the game. 1-4, 3 minutes into the game. 2,000 goal lead in favor of SUNSPARKs, and they want to push the tempo even further. They might even get this buff here.
Luminum Blast not going to be connected to anybody. It's just
zoning. That was a zoning Luminum Blast.
Yeah. You don't want to get caught there, but KLBJ is going to get caught.
By the turret. I mean, by the pet.
Yeah.
By the... What do you call it?
The baby.
The baby's ask.
The baby's ask.
The baby's
the
ask.
Nightmare. That's the problem.
The baby's ask, and the turtle will be secured by SUNSPARKs, and 3 minutes in. This is just all SUNSPARKs all the way right now.
Yeah, we're not seeing any swing of momentum here. It is already a 3,000 gold lead. Well, 2,000, almost 3,000 gold lead by SUNSPARKs. Top one in tight spot will be choosing to disengage.
He is fine. But what we were expecting to see from the sustain, from that Estes, and that Esmeralda, not really. It's lacking right now. Wilson will be scared off here by Kilowash. He'll emote away, so he's still feeling good. You know, it's all when players are emoting, you know their game, their mentality is still.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, that's gonna be the Gundo into the spray down. Spray down. I mean.
But that was all 5 heroes from the side of BSB, and they're gonna get a favorable trade over here in the bot lane because it's a threat for a turret. JP is still there in the area.
Oh, they got They got 2 cannon minions as well.
Ooh.
So they can easily get the tier 2
This
turret
is going to be a perfect timing from them, but they want to go for the trade, but SUNSPARKs won't push as fast in the bot lane. JP can try to slow it down, but he'll be super, like, he has to be careful. He has to be careful. If he oversteps his bounds, he's just going to pop. He's just going to die. A bit of there's a lot of soft pauses right now, but players want to make sure that they don't play this with any sort of latency.
Yeah, they are going to be. They're just going to make sure that they're on tip-top form, and BSB can also use this opportunity to just regain their composure, try to
talk about what
breathe in, talk about what they did. They can just relax.
They have to talk about their initial goals for the next 5 minutes. They don't talk long term. They want to find how they can at least equalize this game right now.
Equalizing in the game is all about just regaining back map control. That's the name of the game that SUNSPARK has been doing, and they cleared off the tier 1 turrets cleanly without any problems on the side of BSB. And SUNSPARK was aiming for that bottom tier 2 turret, and that's the same thing that BSB is doing. But at the same time, BSB needs to be focusing on the tier 1 turrets in the mid lane and in the bottom lane, so that they can freely rotate in all parts of the map without any problems. Because SUNSPARKs, they have just been sniping everybody. Like as soon as one guy's, I mean, for sure, it's going to be the big team fights that catch everybody off guard. But if given a chance and somebody's alone outside of BSB, Lane's going to be diving in and just eliminate them.
That is one thing you can actually call a Ling, a sniper. You know, if you got caught out in a bad spot, you're just going to get killed.
Yeah, the fact that Link can just move from point A to point B in like 5 seconds.
He holds like an area, a zone of control within the map where he can parkour across.
Yeah.
And if you go there, if you misstep in that particular area, you're just going to get Tempest of Blades.
Yeah, and considering the fact that you don't have good map control, Ling will just be able to control you anytime you go into his zone of control.
Exactly.
dive in.
And
Tempest
JP
Blitz.
showing he is one hell of a lane. 20% win rate. Not on my watch. I'm gonna up it.
Yeah, let's improve the win rate of
Let's
Link.
improve the win rate and lower the win rate of Kimmy and Jawhead while we're at it, you know.
Jawhead and Kimmy did, a bit of a strike on their win rate. But it's not all the time that they've been picked together, though.
Yeah, that's true. But still, they could be pushing into 60% if this goes on. But JP will just watch as his turret falls. But like you said, the turret will fall much, much faster for the blue side.
Yeah, that they're just gonna leave it alone, and they might
No,
actually.
They didn't show. They didn't see anyone. They know they're rotating towards the bot lane.
Yeah.
It's kind of good spot here.
Oh, flame
Ooh.
shot being thrown.
Oh,
GQ
nice.
will not connect anybody. Numinal Blast is gonna connect onto 3, and that is gonna be a big team fight for SUNSPARK, taking a double kill there. That's very unfortunate. The Numinal Blast timing couldn't have been better for SUNSPARKs.
The shot calling from SUNSPARK was just beautiful there. They knew they could just leave the turret so they can get into position for that mid fight. If they stayed for that turret, the fight would have gone totally different, I feel.
Completely different.
That
that was
that
Wilson.
5-second split second decision making, SUNSPARK's definitely showing that they can make the right calls.
Man,
Turtle
Wilson was
resurrecting
just
soon.
really off in this.
Wilson, we're talking about the zone of control here. You're going into JP's territory, and if you go into JP's territory, you will be punished.
And that is why you try to get map control. Well,
And Wilson is trying very, very hard. He's 0-3 and 2. Most of his deaths were by himself.
by
So-
himself, or if he made a misplay there. He didn't connect with the Jeet Kune Do initially. If he caught 3 guys on that Jeet Kune Do earlier on when they were rotating on towards the mid, they could have just capitalized on that small microsecond, a nanosecond
Ooh.
that they've been stunned. That's
Okay,
where Cutie can come in, but that's going to go to way of the dragon onto JP. JP's finally going to go down. Numinal Blast going to get charged up. Not going to be connecting to anybody at all because they are going to be protected.
Trevor will fall here. Cap 1 wants to go further. Aflasia will be the first to fall here.
Mega
And
kill.
BSB are trying to make something happen. They are getting scraps right now. It's 2 kills onto Ling and Raflasia, but they need a lot more.
They need a lot
probably
more.
2 or 3 more
Oh,
clashes.
there goes the falling Star Moon onto Kilowatt, and I feel like they are going to try to bounce back into this game like Bungie. They are going to do it with those initial 2 kills that they have.
Yeah, and JP was caught out a bit. He stayed like a second too long in the bot lane and he got clicked. And he couldn't jump onto a wall, unfortunately. But still, SUNSPARKs, they're still in control here. 4,000 gold lead. Items are pouring in.
Request
Pretty
backup.
much in control. And really, Uranus is going to be taking the tier 2 turret. That's going to be devastating for BSB because they're going to be having a hard time pushing forward. And they are going to try to corner this Uranus player. while that's
Wilson will be
happening.
caught out once again. 4th death here. Can they find a trade-off on the other side of the map? Kilowatt, they can't do anything against him. 1-4, he doesn't care. Esmeralda will fall even as the cleanup has arrived. JP is here with his Ling and he is just dominating BSB right now.
And that's why sometimes you'd want to have a Ling on your team, especially if you know that there's going to be a split pusher. Wilson's going to be the split pusher. He wasn't able to split push because Ling can immediately go
Turtle
to wherever
resurrecting
he is in the map.
soon.
And that's the problem right now for BSB. They tried bringing 5 earlier and it didn't work. Now they're trying to let Wilson split push and it didn't work. So BSB, they're running out of options.
They really are. I feel like if they can steal a Lord, delay everything until Shadow Cutie becomes a problem, that just may be it.
But with the way JP is playing, I don't think they're gonna let this game last for another 10 minutes. It's gonna end before 15, I feel.
I feel like
Unless
it's
SUNSPARKs make a very grave mistake
I feel like it's gonna end in 3.
in 3. Yeah, especially with the turtle buff onto JP as well.
One big team fight is all it takes, and there we go again. Cho's gonna be split pushing over the top side. Not really something you can do as much. Oh, there
Kilowatt,
goes
he's
Kilowatt
going
diving
right
and gets
in,
ejected.
ejector backwards. Over here, he's still tanky though. He doesn't really care too much, but Kill VJ, he does. He followed and he is gonna pay the price. JP actually followed. He's gonna
Tempest
Tempest of Blades and he will get out. That was a close one. If JP stayed If JP hesitated with the Tempest of Blades there, he probably would have died.
Probably would have, and that's another opening. Another real estate being bought back by BSB. Taking down Kill VJ, slight opening, and they are now up for pressure. Wilson managing to survive this aggression from JP and Reflecia, and here comes the rest of BSB.
Good call from SUNSPARKs to disengage. They knew they were going to help that show because he was lingering. It was kind of a bait maneuver, just trying to stay in that area for a little bit. But Kill VJ, unfortunately, following the Kilowash. Yeah, you're not supposed to follow a Uranus that dives that deep. And he just got deleted.
He really did. And it feels like Wilson is still trying to get a grasp on how to split push. That split push that he did not convert into anything at all. So it's
just space. Just a bit of space. Oh no, this is not space. Wilson will die here.
Sniped!
Woo. Sniped indeed. JP 5-1 and 6 onto that Ling.
He practically walked into that flame shot.
He did. Okay, they're gonna find JP on the wall, but they're not really gonna be able to do anything about it. Lord is gonna be up in 1 second, and that is gonna be the name of the game for SUNSPARKs. I feel they're gonna posture for it while Uranus is shoving the waves. After pushing off the bot wave, he shifted over to the mid wave, and this is what glimpses of game 1 again. Look at that, he's fake teleporting in their base right now.
That's what he did during game number 1. He's going to try to see if it's going to happen in game number 2. And a lot of teams are going to be picking this up.
Ooh.
Like, this is what SUNSPARKs is going to be continuously doing. That's going to be a big team fight coming in. There goes Steve, Tempest of Blades in the backside. Not going to be connecting to anybody. Doomil Blast is not going to be catching anybody at all because he gets pushed back because of that flame shot. But this is going to be SUNSPARKs going in for the aggression, going in for the juggler here. Trevor is going to go down. Jiraxno, is going to go down. Reflecia still alive. Trevor Wilson still alive. Does actually have the wave. The Dragon is going to be able to take down Reflecia. And JP takes down Wilson. And instead, it is a 4-4-3 trade and a 1-for-3 trade. And they are going to make it. It's going to be a 1-for-4 trade because Trevor is going to go down. And it's just going to be Jawhead left alive. And that's not going to be enough to defend this.
You know that saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And that's what happened right now with BSB. They still went for the They still went for the Kilowash bait.
Yeah, I mean, there weren't any minions. Why would you push in? That's a bit of a that's not a bit of a questionable play.
It was a questionable play. Sure, they got the Lord, but you know they were split up in that fight once again. Just a bit overcommitment for the BSB side. I mean, it delayed death since they got the Lord, but you know, 5,000 gold behind. Your Esmeralda is 2-4.
Yeah, Shredder Cutie's Esmeralda is not really showing up today. And they are going to try to play the ambush game this time around.
Okay, let's see if that will be enough of a bait. But no one is showing, so they're going to be scared.
Both of these guys are waiting for baits.
And they know. SUNSPARKs know exactly what's up. Greed is positioning himself up front as your support Valier. So he knows something is up.
And speaking of up, SUNSPARKs is up in terms of kills and gold.
6-18, 13 minutes into the game. Just about to end, if you call it right. Kilowash
Kilowash
jumping right in, ejector back into the base again.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. JP finally joining the action.
Moving on. Connecting onto one. Gets stunned. Here comes the Tempest of Blades diving, but not a lot of damage.
Ooh, cap one. Let's see. He will fall as well. Like BSB, they're trying to throw everything at SUNSPARKs, but SUNSPARKs, they don't care, especially with Kilowash. He just falls to a third of his life, and after that, he doesn't care anymore.
That is SUNSPARKs just aiming for the juggler here.
JP almost dying there, unfortunately, with the ejector play from the Jawhead, but not going to be enough. Kilowash will fall here. They will hold momentarily. JP going right back in. Shader Cutie trying to man up in the front line, but he will fall. Double kill now onto Esmeralda. So Shader Cutie finally showing up greed over there back as well. Reflecia. Ooh, Luminum Blast will connect onto Shader Cutie, and there's going to be game number 2 going in the way of SUNSPARKs.
And this is vintage SUNSPARKs.